Hello, hello, hello. This is Kermit the Streamer back to do another Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft. We're going to go with... Oh, are we going to go with traditional? No. We're going to do best of one still. Not quick draft. I forgot how to do it, guys. No, Premier draft. That's what we're going to do. 1500. Let's see if we can get some good cards this time. Not that we didn't last time. It just didn't play at all. Let's see what we get now. So if I can do well enough, I might buy my way into the Arena Open that's happening tomorrow. I don't expect to do that well, not with how things have been going. I had some thoughts though. I'm going to jinx myself here and say that, you know, when I was doing best at Magic, I was playing more control style decks. There is a control style deck that exists in this format. That's what I'm going to be looking to do. Of course, open a green rare, forget about it, we're going green, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to try to keep myself on the control-ish path if I can. I don't think Breaches is the path to that. Red-Blue is a deck, but it's not a statistically proven deck. I was listening to a podcast that Sam Black did. I was listening to Louis Scott Vargas the other day talking about his success with blue specifically, and then Sam was talking about the blue-red deck, but both of them, you know, said statistically it's not the thing. I don't think there is an intimidation campaign deck really. I've played it. I've had it played against me. I do like Raven. I do like Loan Shark. I think here it's either Tyrant Scorn or Loan Shark that are the best cards, and just because of the rarity, I think I'm going to go Tyrant Scorn. Blue-black does put us in control-ish colors. And the nice thing, the reason I like the blue-black is because, well, they traditionally pair well together, and then it's also a deck that's very easy to splash. You're going to have access to a lot of removal. You're going to have a lot of access to card draw type stuff, and even though in this block I would say they're probably pretty close to the worst colors, when it comes together, it really comes together. I'm going to take the Lawbringer here, making this sort of an Esper splash would work. One of the things I'm going to be looking for is cards that commit crimes or cards that get paid off by committing crimes. Iron Fist Pulverizer is a good one here for the blue-red deck. This dual land would also be nice, but I think if I want to be on blue-black, and I can't commit to that yet, but if I want to be on blue-black, having a few cards with some loot pits is not the end of the world. This actually enables that white splash very nicely. I do like Omenport Vigilante. They always seem to do these little 2-drops that there's like a possibility of enticing somebody like me with this double strike dream of where you can like pump it or equip it or do something to make it like super big and pack a huge punch. I don't think that this is actually what this guy does. But I am going to take the Arroyo here because it goes along with my plan. It's going to make it easier to cast all of my blue-black stuff if I do end up in blue-black. And more than likely, I do still want to have committing crimes be a big part of my deck. So that does that for me. Probably Rakish Crew. I do like the Rooftop Assassin quite a bit, though. I have not seen the numbers on how well this guy actually does. I don't really like Heartless Pillage. I'd run it if it was the only thing here. Jailbreak Scheme is supposed to be good for the red-black. Sorry, the red-blue. It's either Rakish Crew or Rooftop Assassin. And I just like the shenanigans I can get into with the Assassin. I always like it too when a flying creature has lifelink. I'm probably making the wrong decision here. Rakish Crew is probably objectively the better card. And what does this one do? Pitiless Carnage? Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't see a version of the game where that's actually what you ever want to do. I don't like Essence Capture, but it might be the pick. Take the Fall seems good. Desperate Bloodseeker has performed way above expectations. Every time one's played against me, even if I manage to kill it easily, like, it just always seems like if I don't, it does good things. So we're going to go with that. I like Emergent Haunting here, especially if we are going the control route. I like the Outlaw Medic here. But again, we want our white to be a splash color. And if that's going to be the case, you know, this guy, he may be a 3-drop, but he's the kind of 3-drop that you are fine getting later in the game. You know, you want to have a situation where you've got some mercenaries or something on the table that you can sacrifice to get full benefit. So, like, even though he's got a 3 converted mana cost, like, this is often like a turn 5 or a turn 6 play. So I think Emergent Haunting is our thing. See the Vault Plunderer. I had a deck that did really well on the back of Vault Plunderer, having 2 or 3 of them. This was not one that I recorded. And I think Skullduggery is the pick here. There's just too much. This card has not been as good in this block as it was in the block it originally came from, but it still does open up the possibility for some pretty crazy 2-for-1s. Glad to take a Loan Shark here. This is the Loan Shark, I believe, from the pack that I opened. So glad to see that back. And Harrier Strix, not a fantastic card, but it does commit a crime for us, and it is a great turn 1 drop. It's a great thing to sacrifice to something like the Lawbringer too. I don't like Daring Thunder Thief, but if we are going up the control route, having 1 in the deck is probably a good idea. Anyway. Oh yeah, nobody wants the Carnage. I don't like this guy, even though he does reliably commit a crime. I'm going to go ahead and run him here, just in case I don't get better 2-drops, but I mean, even with it being one of 3 cards in the pack, I don't think the Pitiless Carnage was a thing to want to take. Oh boy, this guy loves showing up in my packs. What is the deal with that? Stingerback Terror. I've gotten 3 of those. Yeah, 3 of those. 2 of them in the last trap. I don't like Buzzard. I like it even less, and then I've got to play with it more. I think it's a second Lawbringer here because there just isn't anything else in this pack for me, other than maybe the Skullduggery. Oh, Geyser Drake might be good, but I'm gonna get another one of those probably. That's an easy card to pick up, so it's probably just the Lawbringer. I do wish Lawbringer had flying though. Villainous Wealth. That's a cool card. It's either Outlaw Stitch or Desert's Dew here. And both, I mean, I don't think you could go wrong with either one. Desert's Dew is probably the better pick though, but I'm going to go Outlaw Stitcher. I like this guy, but this is not the deck for him. Archmage's Newt. I remember liking this. It's a blue mount, which is weird. Yeah, I think this is a fine 2-drop. I don't like Treasure Dredger. I do like Lazav though. Lazav is probably better than the Newt. Yeah, and I mean I've done this with you guys watching before. But you know, you stick out a Lazav, and it's not about him copying things. It's just about him being the biggest blocker on the table, and them not being able to get through. Archmage's Charm, counter target spell for 3 mana. Target player tries to, you can gain control control of a stupid card. Okay, yeah, no. Slingshot Vault Buster's fine. Rictus Robber, probably my pick. Yeah, I like that. It's funny because the assassin could be better, but I think I want this guy. Early Canyon Crab's nice. No way I'm taking Step Between Worlds. I also like this other Loan Shark. I also like the Raven. Another Tyrant Scorn is not bad either. So we gotta take the cheaper card. So it's gotta be Raven, Scorn, or Crab. And I'm probably wrong on this. Either of these two are probably better. But I'm taking the Raven. It's just played so well for me in other decks. Phantom Interference is not really the thing I want for this deck. And I think Mourner's Surprise is. Transmutation Font, what does that do? Blood token, clue token, or food. Sacrifice 3 with different names, search your library for. Oh no. I mean, being able to continually generate blood, clue, or food is good, but it's expensive. And it's kind of a do nothing. So it's either Failed Fording or Oasis Gardener. I mean, I could take the 2-drop, but I think, yeah, I would Failed Fording. Stop Cold Deserts do for sure. We do want to get some more deserts though, because one is not going to cut it. It does look like people are taking those deserts higher now than they used to. They should already be going, you know, 3rd or 4th pick on average, especially if you know you're in those colors. But it wasn't true for some time at least. So either I don't want either of these 4-drops. I'm gonna take it. Oh, what did I get? I got whatever they picked for me. Oh, it was a Tumbleweed Rising. Is that what it gave me? Nice. Oh, another Payless Carnage. Thank goodness for that. Unfortunate Accident seems good. Razzle Dazzle. I love Razzle Dazzle. Surgical Extraction. What do you do? Oh yeah, no, not a thing. Yeah, I think it's Razzle Dazzler. Sorry, unfortunate accident. I do have 2 deserts due. I love this town. It's big enough. I don't know that it works for what I'm doing right now. Stage of the Secrets definitely does though. We'll do that. Fortune. That's a fine white card to splash. I mean, you saw that game that I had it played against me. Like, the scry is huge on this. Like, if they can't kill it, that scry is going to be amazing. And we've got enough early drops. Stoic Sphinx. Oh, that's a fantastic card. I do want to take this Archway real bad, but Stoic Sphinx is just too good to not take. Rakish Chrome. Ring of the Damned. It's either Jailbreak Scheme. Oh, Ambush Gigapede. I think it's the Gigapede. Where are my deserts? People are taking them now. It's not good. So I think I will take that Aired Archway, although I heard good things about Deep Muck Desperado. I don't think this is the deck where Deep Muck Desperado shines, though. So it's either Aired Archway or another Deserts Due. Archway. And the reason I like Archway so much is you get to redo a desert and just it puts you ahead on mana. and that eventually counts when you. And it turns out I don't have a lot right now for the double spell, and unfortunately, that's one of the things that I see being sometimes problematic with this format is that like you don't actually get to do the things that some of the cards want you to do at the frequency that you want to do them. Still a fun format, still great. I'm having a good time with it, but some of the design stuff just doesn't actually ever get to happen in a real game at the rate that you want it to. There's nothing for me here, so I'm just going to take the rare. I don't even know what this one does. Let's read it. Modal spell, so that's spree. Oh wow. So you get to do a bunch of cool stuff. Yeah, that guy's cool. I would love if I had a 5-color thing going. That would be a great card. But see, that's the other thing. Like, you need those modal spells. You need a bunch of spree cards. So like, how would you have ever built a deck that could do the thing? I don't see it. No, we want the Sentinel. I don't think it's a good card. It's probably not making the final cut, but I don't want that sacrifice card. I'll take the Gardener because we didn't get the deserts that we want. Pariah, no. Armadillo, no. So late Phantom Interference, okay. We've got Spring Splasher deck, not good. Yep. That's it. Yeah, this deck is not great. So it's got to win on card efficiency in some way. We can barely play our white. Honestly, think we shouldn't even bother. We do want the desert. Don't even have any high value targets for this Wonder Surprise. I mean, I guess it's the Gigapede, the Loan Sharks, and Lazov are the main ones. I mean, these Rooftop Assassins can mess things up a little bit by being an evasive lifelinker. I need long game. I need to win in the air, or I need to win by making giant zombies and chaining a bunch of spells together to do so. Chip damage from Emperor Raven. Harrier Strix. We definitely don't want more than one of these guys on the table at a time, so. And it's not a critical card for the deck. I'll still play one just for science mostly, unless I really need to cut, which I do. I'm at 45 out of 40 cards. I don't want to go down to 16 lands. Shark. Dang Thunder Thief. Blunder's good. Well, something's got to give. Strix, get on out. Splasher, get on out. One less Skullduggery. Down to 15 creatures and 10 non-creatures. Kind of a Swiss cheese curve here. Strikes back. See, the activated ability on Emergent Haunting is pretty doggone good when you're stalled. The problem I see with this deck right now is that barring getting something like a Sentinel out or being able to put out Lazav and do the thing where he grows, early ground aggression, I have no real answer for it. I think I'm going to run with this 41. And take out Phantom Interference. So we're not exactly the control deck that I wanted, but we do have some kill spells that will serve that job, and we do have ways to sort of refill our hand. So the big thing is going to be making sure that I do my sequencing right, that I cast things on my turn when it's the right thing to do, that I do them as instants when it's the right thing to do. There's a lot of interplay there that kind of gets missed, and you know, I've gotten to be a much worse player since playing on Arena, and that now I fire all the spells off whenever, because I'm just like, well, if they have the trick, they have the trick, and they're going to save their thing. I definitely need to look at the way I play and start making better decisions on that, because I looked at some of my old games back when we used to play on Magic Online, and I used to be really tight about that, you know, not casting spells in open mana, not even sometimes attacking in open mana when it would go really poorly for me. The Arena client has made it possible in part, and also just my time devotion to thinking about things has made it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and save that and come back after I break and do some matches.